When we had last left Team Bald, they finally arrived at the Masons Guild, where they saw a whole bunch of blocks of rocks and were falling through impossibly tiny holes on top of roofs and traveling into the secret dungeon basement of the Masons Guild, which held all manner of terrifying shadows and a wraith as well. Now it was time to continue exploring that strange underbelly of the Masons Guild. This is Baldur's Gate 3. Welcome back. There we are. But I suppose before we do all that, let's head to camp and rest, huh? There we are. Oh.
You know, dead.
I am not
Oh.
a skeleton. I am neither dead nor undead, neither alive nor unliving.
I don't get it.
Thou wilt.
I didn't realize other people could see withers. I didn't. Nobody else has really talked about the fact that this guy is here, except for this kid. If anything, you know, maybe it's weird that the kid is talking to withers, but maybe it's more weird that no one else has really talked to withers. Hello, what's going on, you two?
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
I haven't found your parents just yet. Teach me your vine trick. Maybe then I'll start looking. Leave. I haven't found them yet.
Well, hurry. They gotta be somewhere, and I don't want them worrying. Then I'll teach you to conjure those vines.
Okay. See ya.
Can I touch your face?
No.
You're no fun.
No.
Okay. Withers? Anything else?
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection?
No, you don't have anything to say about it. Weird. Okay. Very well. Anybody else over here that we should be looking at or investigating? I don't think so. Let's head back down this way. Anyone have any exclamation marks for me to investigate? Oh, hang on, they're talking again. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Well, let's do a quick rest. End the day here. Good. Anybody else have anything new? Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. Auto select that and full rest. Good. Part of me is seriously thinking about respecking Astarion while we're here, though. You know?
I never met a skeleton before. Are you dead?
I am not.
Okay, let's speak with everybody, I think.
I am neither dead.
Just in case. We'll do the rounds.
Greetings.
Greetings. Okay, see ya. Over here. And Will.
The shadows are cruel. It would take a miracle for Arabella's mother and father to survive them. Well, lucky for us, we've got a knack for miracles. Let's reunite the girl with her mother and father. She deserves that much.
You've talked about your father, but not your mother. Why's that? The cultists have taken your father to Moonrise. Okay, the same for the others. Let's ask about the mother.
Because there's nothing to tell. She died when I was born. As a boy, my bond with father was too deep to miss the mother I never had. Now, well, I'd be lying if I said I'd never thought about my mother. What life would have been like if she'd lived. Maybe I'd be living in the city. Maybe I'd never have been forced into this cursed pact. But there's no use lingering on maybes. My mind is on the stories of today and tomorrow, not those of yesterday.
Huh. Forced in what way? Okay. Karlak?
Hey, you.
Anything new? Nope. Alright, fair enough. And over here, Shadowheart.
May the darkness protect you.
Okay. And Gale?
How can I help?
Nope, nothing. Astarion.
My favorite traveling companion.
Oh. I never asked. Are you Cazador's only spawn? Or are there others like you?
Cazador, sired 7 spawn. Me and my 6 brothers and sisters. He always insisted we were a family, even when he was carving scars into our flesh. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. He was a monster to us all, but did take special pleasure in my pain. He said my screams sounded sweetest.
Jesus.
Now that I'm gone, I don't know. I pity the other 6.
Okay. One of the first few times we've seen, like, Astarion openly exhibiting empathy. Okay. Over here. Lysel, did I talk to you? I think I did, right?
Greetings.
Okay, fair enough. Very well. And I guess we could chat with Volo. Try selling some crap. May as well. Okay. Hello there.
Yes, my friend?
Let's see. Do a quick trade. Yeah, you got a little bit of money. Okay, let's sell stuff from my inventory if I have any. There we are. Good. Get rid of those. And how about here? Good. Okay, these things as well. Good, and more weapons. Sure. And how much money you got? 611. Okay. Good. That too. Maybe we could actually have sold off all of our wares here. Didn't need to be so picky. Okay. Balance offer, barter. So if I add more, yeah, we could have totally done it. Alrighty. Anything else that I would want to buy? Don't think so. Alright. See ya. Okay. I really think we ought to respec Astarion. You know? I'm kind of at my wit's end to figure out, like, an effective way to build a rogue. Right?
You're no fun.
Like, there must be something I'm missing, or whatever, right? I'm tempted. I really want to make it work with melee because Astarion is so naturally suited to be doing melee. But, I don't know. May not be able to. Okay.
Keep your distance, darling.
Let's see. Let's do a quick respec.
This way.
Good. Or at least as quick as we can muster. Yeah, I want to go back into Arcane Trickster and try that. Though I want it to be more...
What were you before?
More focused on...
Alone. On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought no company.
Oh. Huh. I don't want a partner. You sound disapproving. My love life is none of your business, skeleton. What? Okay. Huh. It's as if we're playing as Astarion. Right? Could we have gotten Astarion romantically involved with someone? Could we have done that? Does he have... Do other people have, like, affinity for followers? Does that exist? This feels most in character. My love life is none of your business.
Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose of mortal life. Wherefore turnst thou from it?
Whoa. Please, as if anyone here deserves me. The closer you get to someone, the easier it is for them to stab you in the back. No one piqued my interest. My fellow travelers don't seem to like me enough. I have better things to be doing. I really don't want to talk to you about this. I feel like this is very Astarion coded. Please, as if anyone here deserves me.
And thus thou art alone.
Okay, can we get a
Fate,
respect?
dost thou require a new ally?
There we go.
As thou did.
Great. And we'll maintain rogue. And I think we'll pump up int, because I believe that is the casting ability, right? Yeah. I could even put int at 16, right? Yeah, I could swap it around like that. That's probably fine, too. Okay. What all have we got? Stealth, yeah, that's probably for the best. Perception, yep. Which is off of wisdom, actually. Do I want perception? Or would I want investigation? Maybe we'll go with investigation. F it. Right? Yeah. Sure. Let's do that. Confirm. Sure, I'll do a quick save here real fast, just in case. Okay. Oh, whoops. Quick save was unsuccessful. Do it right here, then. Well, I can't do it right here. Okay. Well, let's X out of that, then.
There is no before.
There we are.
So you've always been a bone man?
In a sense.
Really? You've always been a bone man? Are you going through some sort of weird time dilation? Huh. Yeah, are you like caught in a time loop in which you always encounter Team Bald, like this group of adventurers, and that's why you're always like, yeah, time is progressing as it should. Right? You're in service of some sort of like time god? Maybe. Okay. Continue with that. Get a subclass, and yeah, Astarion defaults to Arcane Trickster. Get cantrips here. What should we take? I think Acid Splash is probably the way to go. As is... maybe Poison Spray, actually. No? Minor Illusion. I think Acid Splash is really good because of the AC reduction. You know? And maybe Bone Chill, right? Maybe Bone Chill. Could also do Dancing Lights. Yeah, we'll do Bone Chill. Right. I don't intend to use spells as like Astarion's main method of dealing damage. More so, I intend for it to be like backup. Okay. How about these? Now, these level 1 spells are actually pretty horrible. Right, yeah, these are quite bad. Okay. Oh, Charm is not a concentration spell. Oh, weird. Okay. And expanded. Oh, here we go. We got the good stuff here. I mean, if we did want to use something for, like, regular damage, it should probably be, like, Magic Missile. You know? Shield is quite good, too. Increase AC via reaction. Yeah, that's probably the one to go with. Just that way there's more... Enhanced Leap it would be useful, too. And we'll go with stuff that's combat focused, right? We'll go with shield. Okay. More spells here. Guess we'll try Color Spray, replace a spell. I can't replace, like, Disguise Self with... Oh, I can. I can replace a spell and have access to the full list. Oh. That's good to know. Okay, well, let's go with Enhanced Leap. That seems like a really useful one outside of combat. And then here we have another feat. Okay. Let's see. Which one of these? It was one of the armor ones. No. Medium Armor Master. Oh, so you don't have by default Medium Armor Mastery. I see. Or not, or proficiency, I should say. Yeah. I think. Yeah, no proficiency with medium armor. Huh. Good to know. Okay. Well, we should certainly pick up something here. But what? Yeah, what should we get? Huh. Should I get medium armor mastery? Maybe. Or proficiency, I should say, moderately armored. What else increases... I mean, I guess we could get, like, resilient. Right? That would be somewhat useful. Bring dex up to 18. Yeah. We could do that. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do that and then get ability improvement. No? Okay. Yeah, let's go for that. Then here. Replace another one of these worse off spells. There we go. And let's get... Magic Missile's probably the way to go, right? It's really useful. And we don't really have access to anything else. Yeah, because they always land their hit, is the important difference here. So if we did need to do a ranged attack, it would be the way to go. Okay. Great. Skills we can change around again. Or no, we get more skills, I should say. Okay, we'll go with Perception. Sleight of Hand we don't need. Let's go for, I guess, Insight or Acrobatics. Maybe Acrobatics. Okay, and we can replace another spell again. We'll replace Charm Person. False Life could be useful. Temporary HP. Could be. Maybe not ideal, though. Ice Knife could be kind of fun. Fog Cloud could be good. You know? Because that's like guaranteed to pop off. Yeah. Yeah, heavily obscured, however. Is that only if they go into stealth? No, it just heavily obscures you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Thunderwave is kind of useful. Because it does have the knockback effect. I don't know, part of me thinks we go with like Chromatic Orb or False Life. Yeah, let's go with False Life. Just have a bigger HP buffer. Okay. Then what's this? Evasion. What was the last one again that we got? Dex Resilience, Elven Weapon Training. Evasion. Yeah. That's what we have now. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Let's hide that. Spells. Got Invis. We got Blur. Okay. Crown of Madness. Phantasmal Force. Which is kind of useful. Mirror Image. Create 3 illusory duplicates of yourself that distract attackers. Each duplicate increases AC by 3. That is quite useful. And it doesn't incur any sort of concentration. Yeah, I think I'm going with Mirror Image. Just as another defensive ability. And then we can replace something else, but I don't really know what. I guess I could replace that. Oh, and then we have... Yeah, there's even more junk here. Okay. Hang on, what am I replacing? Yeah, shield, because we have evasion. Yeah. Which, I don't know. Maybe both are good to have. Evasion, your agility lets you dodge out of the way of certain spells. Okay. Well, we could also get some other cool ability here. Like Arcane Lock. Well, that doesn't seem very cool. Blindness, maybe. Crown of Madness, Darkness, Dark Vision, Detect Thoughts. Oh, Enlarge Reduce. That is useful. Right, we could put that on a melee user. Or a strength user, I should say. Probably would use that on Karlach, as we've been using it. Flaming Sphere. Summon a flaming sphere that damages nearby enemies and objects. You can move the sphere, it emits a bright light. Gust of Wind. Oh, forces enemies off balance. Huh. That could also be pretty useful. Oh, and Magic Weapon. Infuse a weapon with arcane energy. The weapon becomes magical, receiving a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Wow. Okay. Huh. Shatter, Web. Yeah, should I have Magic Weapon? That seems alright. Yeah, bonus to attack and damage rolls? Does Magic Weapon scale with every... Like, when it says +1 to damage rolls, like, every 1d4 or whatever, or 1d8, that is part of the stealth damage, or the stealth attack damage, is it just amped up by 1? Is that what that means? Or does it mean, like, altogether after, like, 5 of the dice are rolled for the stealth attack, just 1 damage is tacked onto the end? Yeah, what would be better? Magic Weapon on Self? Or Enlarge Reduce on, like, Karlach? I feel like Magic Weapon on Self would be pretty good. It's until long rest, too. Yeah, fuck it, let's try it. Okay. Good. Another expanded list pick. What should we get? Is Web concentration? It is. Alright. See invisibility. Knock. Regular invisibility, dark vision, darkness. Create a dark shroud that heavily obscures and blinds creatures within. Creatures cannot make range attacks into or out of it. Huh. Yeah, a lot of these are concentration, which is kind of an issue. Misty Step isn't really necessary as a rogue because you can use your bonus action to, like, hide. Okay. I mean, should I get enlarge reduce? Just on the off chance it'll be worthwhile? Or I could pick up shield again. Yeah, picking up shield again is probably the way to go. Okay. And then let's get ability improvement. Dex, pump that up to 20. Great. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm very curious about how it'll play out.
Hey-ho.
Okay, and then let's leave camp. Great. And we also get utility. Extra utility now from Enhanced Leap. Oh, can't use these boots. Oh shit, okay. Sure. Well, let's go back to camp real fast and swap out boots. Good to know.
What a day.
Let's see here. Need a different pair of boots. Once per turn when you dash you gain Wrath. Which is kind of useful. Featherfall. Immune to being enwebbed. Gain momentum. Okay. Cannot fall prone when going on ice. Whenever you burn an enemy, you get 2 turns of heat. Yeah, nothing super amazing, huh? Maybe someone already has nice boots equipped? When you cast a spell that requires concentration, you gain momentum for 1 turn. While you are concentrating, you can't get knocked prone or be moved against your will. But that's medium armor. Okay. Standing in water. Resistant to acid damage, I guess. Okay, we'll swap them. There we go. Good. Got your casting back. I think. Casting spells is blocked. Oh, because we're near the Susur flower. Let's try this now. Okay, yeah, they're all lit up again. Great. And let's make sure we have all of those, yeah. Good, good, good. Okay. So I think immediately should put this on, right? Good. And that lasts until long turn. We could also do false life. Gain an additional 5. Which I don't know if I want to do that. You know? Okay. Yeah, maybe I should also get that magic missile ring. You know? That might be pretty useful too here. That said, Astarion is definitely set up for meleeing. Right? I kind of like this dichotomy wherein you have access to spells and stuff, but they're being used for more utility purposes than anything else. You know? We'll see how it plays out. Okay. Because now Astarion is like decently tanky. Yeah, now I'm the lowest with regards to AC. Okay.
Let's kick in.
No time to rest.
Let's get Longstrider active on everybody. Oh. Split everyone up. Bring you closer.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Good.
Pride of the gate.
And let's get out the Raven. There we are. And let's see here.
Never a dull moment.
Let's get Speak with Animals active. And I also want see invisibility. Good. Anything else? No, I think we're good for now, right? Yeah.
Making me sweat.
We could get speak with animals on you. Oh, and of course, Armor of Agathis. We should do that. Good. Alright, that ought to do it. Let's check these shadow...
Distant memory of a man stretching his back with a groan. Another day of hauling masonry blocks done.
Whoa, these are not regular loot.
Calloused hands work a hammer and chisel around a massive slab of rock. Months from now, a face will take shape. Before the shadows, there was once a house full of warmth and children's laughter in this one's life. No more.
Jeez.
Blade at the ready.
Can we blow these things up? No. Okay.
Hey, good looking.
Let's check all the books here. Anything? Flow of the Chianthar. I think we've got that one read. Yeah, Flow of the Chianthar, we've got it. Adding to wares. Here we are.
And?
Rows of books over here. Saluna's Devotee. Oh, we don't have that. Okay. Let's see, I guess we can read it real quick. It's a diary. This diary records the life of John Medolin. He suffered from lycanthropy, becoming a werewolf at the advent of the full moon. Cured of his condition by a priestess of Saluna, John Medolin exchanged his claws for a greatsword and a cause. He would keep this priestess, her name was Erlona, safe from all trouble on the highways and byways. Further, he would bear witness to her many miracles, for Erlona was a saint of the goddess, and gifted even more than he could have imagined. They never fell in love, though their friendship was quite something. Aw. Okay. Sure. Let's stash that. There we are. Wonder if we'll encounter werewolves in this game.
Me?
Certainly did find some in BG1, right? Scroll of Dark Vision. Guess we'll take it. Wardrobe. Some clothing. Guess we could turn that on. More books. Corsairs of Luskan. Haven't read that. Let's read it. This cultural analysis spends a good number of pages on Luskan or Luskan. Tucked like a gold filling, or some would say a pus-filled abscess, at the mouth of the river Marar, Luskan is a city of merchant princesses, swarthy bandit princes, and the most diverse, cutthroat, and fractured cabal of pirates on Toril. Torn into factions, these piratical groups are known as ships. Here the book details each faction with a frankly dizzying attention to detail. The one point of interest is that the ship Kurth faction are in fact controlled by a secret mercenary company of drow. Huh. Okay. Stashing that. Or not stashing it, but putting it in our book of books. Harvest of Memory. Haven't read this one either. Maybe this would be interesting for Shadowheart. Brought to the Shadowfell, which is a reflection of the world you're in, and a dark reflection too, rife with wickedness and twisted echoes and despair, by their Raven Queen. The Shadar Kai are elves, not elves as you might find along the Sword Coast, but elves that reflect their home, with their physiology and attitude. On the whole, they are cruel, nasty-minded people who are nonetheless singularly devoted to their queen and her domain of power. That domain is life and death, and in their unwavering fealty to their mistress, the Shadar Kai perform the thankless duty of ferrying the memories of the dead for her to admire in a kind of memory-based menagerie. Okay, we will take that. Anything else over here? Turn this on. Didn't do much good. Any of these books we can read or loot? No. Okay, let's check this other upper level. Anything here? Another row of books. Scroll of Bestow Curse. Taking that. Moonrise Diagram. A carefully drawn map of Moonrise Towers. A circle of red ink draws your attention, as though something has been stashed in the tower's prison dungeon.
A red X. I know what that means.
Alright, let's pick that up.
That might be worth a look.
Another little secret area. More books. Logbook. I think we've read this one. A collection of entries detailing the exploits of an outpost overseen by the Emerald Enclave. Yeah, Logbook 12, 1371. Yeah, we've read it. Or at least we have it.
Hello.
Okay. Over here. What have we got in this section? More clothing. Adding that to wares. Wooden desk. Got a quill there. Stack of books. Nothing much. Mug of beer. Wardrobe here. Tough-soled shoes. Made of tough, well-worn leather, these boots have survived years of use and can survive many more. Okay. They have like a little glow about them in their icon. Rows of books. Jake's Encyclopedia of Eels. Loosely bound, uneven pages hang out of this book. The script is uneven and seems to have been written in whatever color ink the author had at to hand at the time. Didn't we read about eels at some point? Yeah. Okay, adding to wares. Over here. Secret Societies of the Sword Coast exposed. We haven't read this. This sensational tome, embossed with elaborate filigree, has all the pomp and weight of a religious text. Whoa. Decent amount. Harper's. Well-known, the most well-known of the Sword Coast cabals, perhaps, but certainly not benign in its shrouded doings. My sources claim that those belonging to this mysterious faction abhor power. But, if that is so, why do they not expose the revelations of their inquiries for the public good? Why, indeed? Because knowledge is power, and the Harpers intend to keep both for themselves. Shadow Druids. Hey, we were just wondering about something like this. Weigh the life of a man against that of a sapling oak. Which do you value more highly? Ask a Shadow Druid the self-same question, and be shocked by their answer. This dangerous group utterly disregards intelligent life in favor of the life of plants and insects. Their perversion of the natural order leads them to plan and execute plots so dastardly and that the mere description of one would leave you glancing sideways at your begonias. They're like eco-terrorists or whatever, right? Except dialed up to 11. The Order of Clerd. The least known and accordingly most dangerous of the secret societies I have researched is the Order of Clerd. My sources tell me this shadowy conspiracy of murderers, mutilators, and tyrants regularly meet to plan the demise of any number of innocent citizens of our fair land. What's more, they like it. I've never heard of anything about the Order of Clerd. I bet we will eventually. Dark Justiciars. I shudder even to inscribe their name upon the purity of this page. I shall leave it at this. They worship Shar. Okay. Sure. What's really funny is that if you don't know anything about Forgotten Realms at all, like if I came into Baldur's Gate 3 without having played 1 and 2 and Siege of Dragonspear and whatnot, I would know nothing about Shar, right? It's only by virtue of having played the other 2 games that I knew from the get-go that Shar was, like, no fucking good. Right? At least by most measures of what is good and not. Okay. Shadow Vestige.
You can almost taste the sour ale that once clung to this soul's breath. He was insensible when the shadows came for him. A happy, faded memory comes to you. A woman walking along a beach, holding hands with her husband-to-be. You sense this one hid for days as the sounds of battle got closer and closer to town. You didn't even care who won, so long as it ended.
Jeez. So how come they end up like this? Were these actually just people? I assume so. Okay. Taking this too. Mason's log. Read. How quickly things change. The Thorms are Selûnite through and through, or so I believed. Perhaps Ketheric only converted for Melodia, and with her death, and then his daughter's, his faith died too. But to turn to Shar? It beggars belief. Ketheric's Justiciars are growing greater in number, and more determined to rout out any traces of Selûne and Raithwin. Why do they think this town was built? One cannot rip out the foundations of a building and expect it to remain standing. Brother and I remain the last 2 bastions of Our Lady of Silver in the town. A few, the trusting few, come to worship in secret by moonlit nights. Others, converts all. Whether they truly believe, I cannot say. Impossible, isn't it? Sick of standing idle while Justiciars gain power in our humble town. What will become of us if we allow it? I met a man who was no man, touched by a devil, or maybe worse. But he offered me something I couldn't refuse. Help. The time is now. Ketheric's Justiciars, their stronghold in the temple below, they will be wiped out. All of them. I didn't ask how. I just want them gone. Let the Harpers have at Ketheric now. They'll make short work of him. Huh. Okay. Fascinating. Oh, I wonder if we could talk to Shadowheart about this. Okay, let's take that. Good. Yeah, interesting that Ketheric Thorm, it sounds as if they were originally a Selûnite. And there was someone named Melodia? There we are. Taking all these. Mason's letter? Halfred, you're probably surprised that I'm writing, though no more surprised than me. You warned me of Thorm's malice, yet I took up hammer and trowel to build that cursed tower. You warned me of coming war, yet I built the prison that would contain his foes. You warned me. I did not listen. It is my deepest regret, and I must atone. I know more about the tower's construction than anyone, and possess innumerable tools and supplies besides. Gather your allies at last light, and let us devise a plan to infiltrate Moonrise. Ketherick plans for war. He expects to face halberds and staves in light of day. We will end him with a dagger to the back before he can so much as raise a blade. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I hope that you'll try. Your brother, Morfred. Okay, we'll take this as well. Yeah, Rythwin sounds like a letter of regret, reconciliation, and redress from one brother to another. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like the spread of, like, fascist ideology within a small town or whatever, right? Just the way in which it seeps in. Okay.
Have a lot on my mind.
Head over here.
Well, in it.
And let's do a quick save.
Moving ahead.
And let's disarm this. Some pretty tough checks down here, but we're passing them all.
Wonder what's past this.
Lockpick. There we are. A hat. Helmet of arcane acuity. I think we have a ring about this too. Whenever you deal damage with a weapon attack, you gain arcane acuity for 2 turns. Oh, this is the inverse of the ring, I think, which gave it to you on spell damage. Affected entity has a +1 bonus to its spell attack rolls and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. Right. I'm guessing this goes well if you're a paladin, right? Because doesn't the paladin smites? Don't smites count as weapon attacks and spells? Or are they not spell attack rolls and they're just weapon attack rolls? I have no idea. Okay. Well, let's send that to camp. There we go. Let's head on up to that secret passage. Got a button there. Can push that, open it up. Let's do a quick save in case there's a big battle just waiting on the other side. In fact, we'll enter stealth too. Okay. Oh, it's an even smaller, more secret area. Okay. There's a huge lever. Oh, it shuts that. Okay. Sure. Heavy chest. Throwing light in here. Okay.
Hey, good looking.
Scroll of Knock, Disguise Self, Misty Step, Scroll of Darkness. Okay, we'll send these to Astarion, I guess. Wooden barrel here. More of that. Sil Pashan Sup. This Kalashite red hits the tongue like a wild bull. Big, meaty, and loud. Suzalian Sweet. Rough scales rings the bottle's perimeter. A product of Suzale's lively trade in dragon-themed wares. Sending those to camp. Portal Sherry. Potion of Invis, Potion of Speed, Glorious Vaulting, Elixir of Dark Vision. Taking all that. Potion Rack or Bottle Rack. Couple torches.
Gimme.
Okay. Yeah, nothing super duper wild in here. Alright. Looks like we could maybe jump up that? No. No, I don't think so. Right? Yeah, I don't think so.
Phew.
Okay. I mean, I guess we could take a look. I think it's just meant for the light to beam through, though. Yeah, I think. Let's see here.
Well.
Yeah, no shot.
All's well that ends. Not
Okay,
as bad as
let's
it could
head on
have,
back out
swift as
here.
My feet can carry me.
And let's see over here. Back out this way. You know what I'm surprised we haven't found at the Mason's Guild? A teleporter. You know? Little waypoint. Let's take the elevator back out. Why not? There we are. Rathwin Mason's Guild. Yeah, surprisingly far fewer combat encounters here than I was expecting. Okay, I don't want to go into the, like, cemetery just yet. Man, this place is enormous. Okay. Can you enter these, like, little mausoleum buildings or whatever? Don't think so. Another tombstone. Give it a look.
In memory of Kayla Bellsworth, thrice married, thrice widowed, always smiling.
Okay. Back at the Mason's Guild. Should be able to jump onto this rooftop if we want. Yeah. Let's do that. And we checked that chest there. Get Featherfall active. And we'll jump down here. Oh, check it out. There's some shadow-cursed harpers. Okay. Can check these skeletons.
Let this be a warning. Those who defy Shah's will shall suffer darkness without her blessing.
Were these the two brothers, maybe?
Let this be a warning. Those who defy Shah's will shall suffer darkness without her blessing.
Okay. Oh, Shadowroot sack. Okay, anything else? A plaque. We read that. Can open the main door here. This is where we came in from. Yeah, let's get this thing opened up. Oh, here's a portal. Okay. That's what we want. Let's walk over to that. Let's see, where are we at?
No one back home will ever believe this.
Yeah, let's get this one unlocked. Just in case. There we are, Rathwin Town. Oh, and look, here's another sort of threshold. Some fire over there. God, this place is enormous, for real. Toll House, Waning Moon. Moonrise Tower's right over there. Jeez, are we actually meant to look at the other area before we come to this? Yeah, like all right here. Maybe we are. Okay, let's cross back over real quick and check this, like, southerly end. This may just be like a peninsula. What is this? Roland's location. Yeah, this may come to an end here as it goes over into the other section.
Alright, what now?
Alrighty, let's check down this way. Anything here? Doing a quick save just in case. Good. Whoa. Jeez, are we sure about this? There's a lot up here. Okay. Well, fuck it. Rusty greatswords, heavy chest. Whole bunch of useful stuff.
What's the story?
We'll take all that. Burlap sack filled with trash shroom. Good. Take these rusty items. Good.
Uh-huh.
Okay. More shadow root sack right there. So this is the other route into the town. Oh, dead Githyanki. Okay. Sure, well, let's look at that before we go in. Okay. Let's see, skeleton.
Fallen members of the Emerald Enclave. Casualties in the war against Ketheric Thorm years past.
Okay, taking all this stuff. Anything else here? Brazier, may as well light it. I still don't know about those torches that were burning magically. Like, why would I have wanted to bring those down? I guess maybe, could we have sided with, like, Ketheric Thorm's forces here? Maybe? Githyanki short sword. Oh, an inscribed Githyanki slate. Let's read it. A map has been etched onto this intricate disc. The risen road winds through a mountain pass. Within the hills is nestled a sizable temple. Within the temple, the Githyanki people have established a stronghold. Pictographs reveal their mission: to retrieve a polyhedric relic on behalf of the Githyanki queen. Oh, so there's even stuff here to, like, lead you back that way if you wanted to. That's interesting. Let's send this to Lae'zel. And I'll add that short sword to Wares, actually. Can I talk to Dead on this one? It looks like a little bit fucked up. Yeah, corpse 2 damaged.
The dead of the Emerald Enclave. They lay here of dark justiciars who fell long ago in service of Shah and Ketheric Thorm.
Oh dear.
The dead of the Emerald Enclave. They lay here ever since their war against Ketheric Thorm.
Okay, yeah, looks like down here is... Ooh, maybe not a dead end. Looks like it's another route into all of this. Oh, and is that Moonrise Towers there? Yeah, I bet that is. Holy shit. Okay, this is not what I was expecting it to look like. Another skeleton. Read this letter of surrender. Ketheric Thorm, it is with heavy heart that I must announce the surrender of the Harper forces and its allies to your Dark Justiciar army, under unanimous agreement. Harper's work against villainy and wickedness wherever they find it. So states our code. And so here, we have acted. Have we acted? But I also know, all too well, how the statement continues. But they work ever mindful of the consequences of what they do. We cannot be party to the suffering of the people of Wraithwyn, and indeed, of the great loss of life that this war will visit upon the Sword Coast, and perhaps beyond it. So it is written, and so let it be done. Kelvin Aronson, on behalf of the High Harper Council and its allies. 2 words are slashed across the bottom of the scroll. Surrender declined. Got a head here, too. Okay.
What's cooking?
Let's pick that up. Okay, we'll put that in our book of books. Good. And it looked like we had a whole slew of dudes over that away. Yeah, down here. Yeah, it looks like some enemies for sure. Maybe once we interact with them. Oh yeah, look, some kind of shadow creature. Yeah. Alright. Well, I suppose when next we return, we'll continue looking around here. I do think maybe we should hold off going back into Wraithwin and keep looking around over here, because this seems more finite, right? It feels as if we've nearly fully explored this section. You know? And then we'll come over here. Not to mention there's a whole bunch of quests over here to the southwest. Alright, until next time, please take care of each other.